Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello viewers, welcome to Kodi Global Consults. Farm plantation is my passion. Kazim Oladende Yeku is my name. This is YAM farm, and on this farm what I want to show you is intercropping of cocoa with yam as well as vegetable. So I have about 3 to 4 varieties of crops on this farm you are looking at present. Here I have the yam, I have cocoa, so also I have what? Vegetable pepper, that is atarodo, locally known as atarodo, then as well as maize as well. If you come around and see, I can show you the intercropping of the yam with the cocoa. That is the concept I want you to see. Cocoa can be intercropped with yam, and that is the principle I want you to see. You can see the yam farm. You can see how green they are. You can see this is the farm location. Now I want to show you this. I have my yam leaves here. I have my yam here. I have my yam here, as well as this. In between, you have the cocoa plant. This is the cocoa plant, as you can see. And right there, you can see the cocoa that is fruiting. It's well managed and it's well maintained. That's the principle. That's the concept, that you can intercrop your cocoa with what? With yam. Cocoa can be intercropped with the yam. So also with what? With the vegetable. And now I can show you the vegetable I have here. Can you see? This is the capsicum, the atarodo, locally known as atarodo, the pepper. It's also here. It's intercropped. You have your cocoa here. You have your yam as well as the atarodo. Can you see? This is the concept. So it's possible. The only thing is why establishing the plants. The first and foremost, what you plant first is what? As you know, this is cocoa plantation farm anyway. The cocoa comes first. After the cocoa, then yam is planted under what? Under the cocoa plants. Then after that, you have what? You have your pepper here. And there must be a delay in planting when you are intercropping the yam and the what? And this pepper, the vegetable. You have to wait for some months after the yam is being planted before the vegetable is planted. So you don't plant both at the same time. You have to exercise patience. At least the yam must have planted at least 3 months ahead of the vegetable. That's the concept. You can see. You can see. I have the vegetable here. These are my vegetables. You can see. You can see how beautiful it is. You can see how flowering it is. Can you look at it now? So, and most especially, these are common on most of the ifs that the yam does not germinate, because it's not all the ifs that in which that the yam is being planted that are all that germinated. Some ifs, some yam on each of the ifs were not germinated, and that is why I have to do what? I have to substitute with what? With the vegetable. And this is it. You can see. You can see the landscape here. You can see. You can see. You can see it. You can see this is the pepper. Can you see? Can have a look at this? Can you see it? You can see how food they are. And look at the yam. The yam itself is very okay, standard. You can see how beautiful they are. Let me have a look at this now. You have your yam here. This is the yam, and this is what? This is vegetable. This is vegetable, also known as atarodo, locally named. You can see. And experience has shown that on the soil, let me say on the plantation, you have a cocoa and the yam. The vegetable itself thrives very well on that soil. Yes, because of the nutrients that contained in the soil itself. That is why you have it. You can see how green they are. They are fruiting very well. And you have the cocoa here. You can see. I can show you here. You can see. That's it. There is the plantation. You can see. You can see. Look at how greenish this vegetable is and how fruits they are. You can see it fruits in almost part of its body, and that's the concept. This is the yam. You have the yam here. Can you see the yam? This is another one. You can see another one here, and that is why I said the plantation of cocoa farm. This is cocoa plantation farm. You can see the cocoa here. Cocoa. That is why the yam mostly is planted under the what? Under the cocoa plant tree, where you have the free space. You actually will supply your yam there. That's the concept. You can see this cocoa, and you can see how the cocoa is well managed. This is the cocoa. You can see the cocoa plant there. Cocoa is fruiting. This is the cocoa plant. You see it now, and it's performing very well. So this is the cocoa plantation, and as well as what you have the yam, you have the vegetables. Have a look at this now. Can you see? Can you see the standard it has and how fruits the vegetable is? Just have a look at this. Can you see? And the beauty of this intercropping, yam, as we all know, yam is what? Yam is a crawling plant that it depends. You must when yam is being planted, there must be what? There must be a staking. You must stake the yam. Yam requires staking while planting, so as it will be able to what? Be able to lie on the stake in which is being erected for it. And that is why cocoa now is representing as well as the staking. Instead of me having a stake for this particular yam now, you can see what is happening. The cocoa plants represent the staking, and as is flowering all over the cocoa plant, it does not affect the growth of cocoa itself. That's the concept. You can see it's also have its own what? It has its own establishment. While cocoa is developing, growing, for the time being now, yam will soon be what? Will soon be harvested. By the time the yam is being harvested, all these flower of what? Of the yam, everything what will dry out, and what? They will come down. They will withdraw from the cocoa plant automatically themselves. And that's the principle. You can see intercropping. Look at the standard. You can see that the standard of the what? Of the vegetable. Look at how fruit they are. It means that they are well fumigated, they are well managed. And that's it. Here you also have what? You have the cassava intercropping. You can see. This is wonderful. The reason why I planted cassava mostly is planted lately after the yam is being what? Is being established. You must plant cassava lately. It is not immediately after the yam is being planted that the cassava will be planted. No, there must be a spacing interval in between the establishment of the yam and the cassava. So cassava is planted lately after the yam must have been established on the field. That's just the concept, and that's the principle. You can see. You can see. You can see. You can have a look at this. You can see. Look at this now. You can see the yam itself. You can see the vegetable. Just see, and it's fruiting. Have a look at this. Look at the vegetable. You can see. Just see this beautiful vegetable. Look at how fruit they are. So this is a concept that I'm trying to let you know. Intercropping of what? Of vegetable with the cocoa. Can you see? So the cocoa plant stand as stake for the yam. That's the principle. You can see. You can have a look at this now. You see. This cocoa plantation, and it also helped me to maintain the cocoa plant itself. You can see the atmosphere now. A very good ventilation. You can see the layout. I will look at this now. This is cocoa plantation. I see. You can see. You can see. Can have a look at this now. I see. You can see. Look at how fruit this cocoa is. Let me show this. Can you see? You can see. Cocoa is fruiting very well. Can you see? And there you have your what? That's your yam. Intercropping. Intercropping of what? Of yam, cocoa, and vegetable. That's it. Concept and style, let you know. So I can go on and ask. This soil, the type of soil you have here, this type of soil you have here, this soil is called what? This is a clay soil. And the clay soil, according to the research, we are made to realize the fact that one of the most suitable and the most recommended soil for the establishment of cocoa, for the growing of cocoa, for planting of cocoa, you can recommend the clay soil is well recommended. It's recommended, as well as as for the yam as well too. You can see. You can see this now. Look at how well covered, well laid out. You can see. That's just it. Intercropping of what? You can see this setup now. You have your what? You have your vegetable here. You have your vegetable here. And yam is here. Yam is here. Can you see? This is yam. This is my vegetable. Then here I have my what vegetable here. You can see. Then what I have my yam here. You can see. So that's just the principle. That's the concept. You can please let me show this place. You can see how covered they are. That's just it. That's the concept. Intercropping of vegetable, yam, and cocoa. So it's possible to do that. It's just that there must be a spacing interval. After the yam is being established, you wait at least 3 months before what the vegetable is being established, so that there won't be any kind of competition between the yam and the vegetable. There must be a spacing interval of planting, and that's the principle, the concept I want you to understand. So this is Cody Global Consult. Plantation is my passion. You can see the red. You can see where layout. You can see it now. You can see. Let me cover this place. You can see the display now. You can see how well covered they are. Start talking of it. That's another cocoa there. You can see. Let me show you. You can see how flowering the cocoa plant itself. Cocoa is just flowering. Of course, we are gradually entering to the cocoa season. Look at the new layout. This is the new flowering that cocoa is showing you. You can see it. You can see from this. You can have a look at this now. And this is my vegetable. You can see how it looks. This is it. You can see. I love this. I love this setup. You can see how we are. So this is Cody Global Consult Farm. Plantation is my passion. And let you know that intercropping of vegetable with yam as well as cassava. So that's the concept and the principle I'm trying to let you know. You can see you can see the entire farm. You can see how it looks like this. And the farm itself, you can see that the whole farm is weed free. It's weed free in the sense that there is no weed on this farm, because the farm is being fumigated by the herbicide, so as to prevent the growth of the weeds. You can see now, you can hardly see a weed on this farm now, because it's being fumigated properly at the appropriate time, so as to prevent the weed on it. So that's the essence of it. You can see, you cannot see any weed on this farm now, because it has been fumigated, so as to prevent the disturbance of weed, so that the weed will not be competing with the crop that are planted. So that's just it. This is Cody Global Consult Farm. Thank you for watching this. Thank you very much.